Well, I'm sorry about that. Is it now? Oh, okay. How about now? Can you do we have sound on the YouTube channel now? We should. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was saying that we're waiting on Angel to arrive. She hit some traffic. She's coming from like the urban area, so it's a little traffic. It's a little traffic. Okay, a little traffic. But thank you so much for letting me know that the sound was not working. So I thought I had all that situated. But anyway, it is what it is. That's the reason why it's talking with Tabitha, TWT, and we just roll with it. We roll with it. Ain't nothing script. Ain't nothing script. So if it's something going wrong, y'all gonna know. Y'all gonna be like, what is she doing? What is she doing? But yeah, so that's the deal. So the YouTube channel should be good, 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 good. Hey, and whoever is on my YouTube channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Our Arthur is running a little late, but stay with us, stay with us, stay with us. She will be here in a little bit. But if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, Talking with Tabitha, TWT, please go. I'm trying to get to 100, and I'm just only two away. Invite somebody. Go and tell somebody, hey, go subscribe to Talking with Tabitha TWT. We're gonna have some exciting things. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me go ahead and let you guys know that on January the 31st, I believe, um, next Friday, we will have a young lady on Talking with Tabitha. It's gonna be talking about the importance and genealogy, and she is amazing. If you remember my second episode, A Long Way from Home, the young lady, Miss Linda, was on there talking about her experience of having going into labor in another city, and it didn't turn out so good. But she also does genealogy. I mean, she actually does the whole breakdown. So she will be my guest talking about genealogy. And if you've ever been interested in doing your family research and things like that, hey, tune in and ask her questions, talk about what you want. She's currently working on Will's family now. So he's doing some research and just, going in and checking some things out. I'm not quite there yet, so but Will has always been interested in his family roots and things like that. So he will do that. So she will be here on the 31st, that Friday. And then on February the 7th, we will also have a young lady, and I mentioned her before, Miss Tammy Dozier. And she is a grief, she's not a grief counselor, but she's like a grief, oh, what will you call it? She's certified. She's certified in grief therapy, I guess. So she will be on the show February the 7th, talking about helping us deal with grief. Yeah, and I know I have loved ones myself that I would love to just get them plugged in with some suggestions on how to deal with grief and how to move forward. And just, I mean, she's just an amazing chick too. So she will be joining us February the 7th. But I'll be posting those things, and so I'm excited to have her on to help us, learn some things about grief and all of that good stuff. Because what Talking with Tabitha TWT is about is healing, healing. So people that will come on and chat with me and be with me are people who can personally say, "Hey, I've been there. Here's some suggestions." We want to encourage. We want to just really, help people get in a better place, because grief is part of it. I mean, when we have death, it is what it is. All right, all right, all right. I believe I see my husband walking to the door, so I think our guest is here. I told y'all. Hey, and she has her babies with her. Okay. Hey, girl, hey. I am just chit chatting with everybody. Oh, you look so cute. And yeah, we are already live. Let me get your mic on. Look, oh, she cute, y'all. She cute. Let me see. You want some more? Hey, ladies, how y'all doing? Okay. Oh, she cute. Okay.
Thank you.
I told y'all she was a diva. I told y'all. So, hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey.
Oh,
I told y'all.
yes.
I told y'all.
Yes,
So, how you doing?
I'm good. How
Good.
are you?
I am just lovely today. It is. It
Yes,
is.
I'm here with you.
And
You've always had the spirit. Such a great spirit.
yeah, well,
Ever since I met you.
I know. We just connect.
Yep,
We just
we
like,
did.
hey,
Amazing time.
yeah. So I told y'all. I gave them a little bit about the
Okay.
chapter. I mean, not about the chapter, but just the title of the
Okay.
chapters.
Okay.
But I want you to introduce yourself. Just however you, like they say in church, make yourself at
Make
home.
yourself at home.
Welcome. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
so we from both places, but you can just focus on whatever.
Hey, everyone. So my name is Angel Gaddis. I am from Plano, Texas. I have been in healthcare for 11 years now. One of the rewarding things about healthcare is being able to save someone's life. So I've always been in a place growing up where I've always wanted to help someone or help a situation and get them through whatever it is that's going on. So that's always been my thing, patient care, patient care, patient care. Um, what else? I have two beautiful children. One is 20, one is 11, two girls. And I'm just super excited. I am a new published author as of last year. The title of my book, The Innocence of a Guilty Victim. I had that title for over 10 years, never knew what I was going to use it for. And I had a
Okay.
life coach, and he kept pushing me to write a book. And I was like, wow, this can be the title because I portray all these characteristics.
Okay.
I'm innocent, I'm guilty, and I'm a victim at times. So here we are.
She says, I'm innocent, I'm guilty, and I'm a victim at times.
Yes.
How many of us own that?
Hmm.
We own, oh, I'm innocent.
Yes,
But
of course.
can we own, I'm guilty,
Mm-hmm.
and I can be a victim sometimes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us. You see all my little
I
things.
see your notes. I'm ready.
Yeah. So tell me, if you had to, because I definitely encourage everyone to get the book.
Absolutely.
And if they did not get the book, what would you say to a person if we say, Angel, tell us about tell us about why do I need to go and get this?
So this book is near and dear to my heart. It is an autobiography of my life growing up, talking about my traumatic childhood from my point of view.
Okay.
What I experienced as a child. Through that experience growing up, I was looking for a way out. I needed an outlet. I needed to numb the pain. I didn't want to feel it anymore. So then I fell into addiction. I'm looking for love, so there goes the sex addiction. I'm looking to numb the hurt and the pain, so here comes the alcohol. So I talk about those things. And of course, it is in my family. So alcohol and drug addiction is in my family. And so I talk about that, and I talk about my father's addiction and how now I can understand to a certain degree his was a drug addiction, mine was alcohol. But now I'm in his shoes. What do you do? Do you follow his footsteps, or do you create your own path to break that cycle? So I talk about that. I talk about being a first-time mother because I'm a mother of two, and how it was breaking generational patterns that dropped from my mom to me, and then I needed to break those patterns. So I talk about how I do that with my daughter. And then I build a personal relationship with God.
Yes. Okay.
I've
Okay.
always been raised in church. Since a little girl, I praise dance. I sung in a choir. I went to youth church. So I knew who God was, but I did not have a personal relationship with God. And that is a big, big difference. And so I talk about that journey and how through all of it, he never left me. He never forsake me. He never turned his back on me. And he was the one that got me here to this place right now. And I want people to know, and I want to give people that have lost hope an outlet that it will get better. It will get better. So that is the reason why I wrote my book.
Okay.
To help those who have lost hope.
Okay. Okay. And so many of us lose hope at some point. But I want to know, like I said, I read the book, love it, love it, love it. You mentioned in here, and I've also Angel and I talked, and I let her know if there's anything that she doesn't want to discuss, then we won't go there. But I'm looking here, and the first thing I noticed, it says, "Why are mother-daughter's relationships so difficult sometimes?" Why did you ask that question?
Because I wanted to know if other ladies, young girls, experience this with your mother. It seems to be that it happens quite often.
Yes, ma'am.
And I felt at the time that I was all alone. It was just me. That's why I'm asking, because seeing my friends around me, the relationship they had with their mothers was different from mine. It looked different. And I'm a good girl. Why am I not experiencing that type of love? Why am I not experiencing, oh, you did a good job, or I'm proud of you, or I love you? I love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought I was alone in that by myself, but then I come to realize I wasn't alone.
Hello. Yeah.
I was not alone.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I love about this is because, like I said, I was telling you guys before Angel got here, so many things in this book that I can relate to.
Absolutely.
That being one.
Okay.
I think when you first started, you said, and I think we always have to stop and explain ourselves when it comes to our mothers and our relationship with our mothers, because people can get it so twisted.
Yes.
When I wrote my first book, I talked about abandonment and how I felt.
Exactly.
I felt abandoned, and so many that ruffled so many feathers. You know, why would you say that about your mother? And I love my mother. I love my mother, but I did desire that relationship. When you talked about, you as little girls, I think we look forward to becoming our mother's friend.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then when we don't have that, we go into, like you said, well, what's wrong with me? We see other relationships. And then the really scary part about it is that we have daughters, and I question myself. Do I have the type of relationship with my daughter that she desires?
You know what I asked God when I found out I was having a daughter? I said, why did you give me a little girl when I'm broken? How am I going to be a good mother for her? How? Why would you do this to me? I do not have it all together. I am not going to be a good mother to her. So that was a question that I asked.
That you ask, yeah.
Yes.
And those who are watching, and I want this to be very interactive.
Absolutely.
Angel is younger, can see all the things y'all put on here. But anyway, so if you have any questions for her, please put them out there. And we want. Can anybody relate to that?
Yes.
Can anybody relate? Because my thing, talking with Tabitha, I tell people all the time, is not the typical little podcast, whatever you want to call it. This is just so open and free.
Exactly.
And wanting people to know that even if you are listening now and you have asked the same question, we're gonna ask some more questions because she go in, and you feel like you are alone, you're not. Just like she just said, you're not. And when you read this book, it will let you know because the same thing. I'm like, man, man. So it's not just me.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you have questions, and even if you want to DM me or okay, you see one?
I think it's Sierra or Clara.
Okay,
Said, and what did God say? So it was a yearn to be better. I had to be better. I wanted to be better. I had to. And I knew it was nobody but God, but what I didn't realize is he chose me as her mother. So he knew. He already knew what I was up against, what I had been through. He had been before me. He already knew what he was doing. And I continued to break cycles. I had to open relationship. Let's talk. What's your mental health like? I love you. I love you. I'm proud of you. Here's the support. I didn't settle. I did not want to be anything less. And I knew it was God because the whole time I'm going through all of this, right? I'm telling God, whatever you do, don't change my heart. I knew that God had given me a different heart, but I just didn't know how it would happen or when I would see it unfold. And so God said, I chose you. I wanted you as her mother. I knew exactly who I needed to be her mother. And now we have the best relationship. She is a college student, sophomore.
Okay.
We talk like best friends, sometimes too much. Sometimes I hear things I
you be like, never mind. Right.
But it is the best feeling.
Oh man.
When we don't have it, when we're broke, when we don't have the home, the cars, we have each other. And that's all that we need.
Yeah.
And so we have such a great relationship. And I said to myself, I said, for me to know that I did very good as a parent, she's going to be better than me. She's finishing college. She's in film director school, all A's, honors, very responsible. I have her at 21. She'll be 21 this year. No desire in having a child. It's her career. She follows Jesus. She has a personal relationship. She's on the journey. It literally was like, I gave you her because you guys are pretty much going to grow up together, but she's going to be the person that's going to say, nope, don't go left, don't go back, go forward. No, mom, I don't want to see you like this. I don't want you to do this. I love you. I support you. No, mom. And then me, I'm like, well, I can't do this because she's watching.
She's watching, exactly.
I can't do that. That's not good for her. What happens if she does it? Then I'll be upset. So it was almost honestly like we grew up together. And God took us on this journey together. The difference is that she's 20 with a 40-year-old soul. Very, very old soul. So
yeah. So just like you said, God knew what you needed, knew what she needed. Yes. And I think we do. We question ourselves. And I was the same. I get it. Broken. When I had my daughter, and my mother was broken when she had me. So we have to get to a point to where we say, how do I change this?
Exactly.
How do I change this? And I think it's really scary when we start saying, how do I change this? When we don't know. And that's when we have to say, okay, God,
Exactly.
You have got to help because you know I messed up.
Yes.
You know I messed up. So yeah, that's yeah.
And one other thing that I learned to do is, and it's in the Bible, when you don't know, you give that baby back to God.
Mm. Mm.
Not to the streets,
Not to
not
the
turn
street.
your back on them, not close your mouth and, oh, I don't know, so I'm just going to let them do whatever.
Mm.
I've always said, God, take control because I can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't.
And
Yes.
he's going to do
Yes.
it.
Yes.
He's going to do it.
Yes. Yes. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Any more
Yes.
questions? Any more questions? Let's see. I had let's see. I got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm trying to let y'all have yeah, but let's see here. I said, okay, you talked about also, I'm in chapter 2. Chapter 2 is growing up, okay?
Yes. Yes.
So in chapter 2, you said, I no longer live in the past. I was ready to move, but the truth was I didn't know how or where to start.
Yes.
What you just mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah. So were you feeling stuck?
Yeah, it was a repeated cycle. I was
Repeat,
doing
okay.
the same things, drinking, having sex, partying, drinking, having sex, partying, and God still has favor. God's still giving me grace. God's grace is sufficient. I'm not
Yes.
knowing that.
Yeah, you know,
I'm just
yeah,
living.
we don't
I'm
know
just
that
living.
yet.
I'm just living. At this point, I'm just living. I'm just going, or basically, I'm just existing.
I like to say surviving.
Yep.
Just survive it because it's a
'Cause
difference.
I wasn't living.
Yeah, what living?
I
What
wasn't
living? Just
living.
surviving.
I was- Yep.
Just surviving.
And
Yes.
that gets old.
Yes.
You want
Yeah.
better.
Right.
So yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Now, there's also where you say that, let's see, my grandmother, let's see, prophesied I would never be anything. I would never have a lot of kids, and the day
No, I would.
that you would have a lot of kids,
Yes.
and that, man, and this is being told to you,
Repetitive.
to us. Oh, yeah. You're not gonna do anything. You're not gonna be anything. So what happens? We
I
believe
started
that.
believing.
We believe it. We believe it. Yes. That you never get married.
And then I was compared to a cousin. Not that she and I were head on. We loved each other. Still do. But there was a comparison.
Right.
I was the black sheep. She wasn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I like this too, where you said, what happened to me in my childhood damaged me so badly, but I wasn't ready to face any of it, so I traveled in the dark for a long time. What does that mean?
Just doing whatever I needed to do to not have to feel the pain, whatever it took. I didn't want to feel it. I didn't want to face it. I wanted it to be over.
Just wanted to be
I just wanted it. So men were my thing in alcohol. Making money, partying.
Okay.
I tried drugs. But nothing was working. But because I was comfortable and that's what I was used to, and I knew, okay, I drink tonight, I'll wake up tomorrow. Either I have a hangover or I won't. But I'm used to that. I know
it was the norm.
It was the norm.
It was the norm.
Like anything that was good was abnormal for me. And it was scary. And I sat and I would say, oh, something's good happening. But I couldn't enjoy it because I was too busy worried to see what bad was about to happen. So I was waiting on the bad, not even being able to enjoy the good things of my life.
Exactly. Do you think that has something to do with our worthiness? Like when we don't feel worthy?
Yes.
When we don't, because and I hear you talk about the dating and that was me. That was me, because I felt like one of my things that I talk about in my story is dating married men. Because a lot of times people say, well, women date married men for this and this and that. Women date married men because we think that's all we're worth.
Yeah.
I know I used to feel that way. I was like, I don't deserve.
And then you don't have what's the word? There's no title, so you don't have to worry about whether they're gonna break up with you or cheat on
No,
you.
no, no commitment, no connection. That's what I like to
yeah, no commitment.
Yes.
And so it's just like, okay, it's cool, it's fun. I don't have to worry, so they won't break my heart because they already got somebody.
They
else.
already have somebody else.
So I already know my place.
I like that. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah.
And then we don't have standards.
We don't have standards.
Have you ever listed standards? That's in my book. I asked a girl in my book. She came up with her mother and her father, and so I'm interviewing her. Of what are her standards? Did she ever have any? And she didn't. She had been through 2 marriages, I believe, and never had standards until that divorce. Then she wrote down her standards. We don't write that down. What we're looking for, what we want, and that's not healthy.
Right. So how do we encourage our daughters to have our daughters, our nieces and cousins, and how do we encourage them to have standards? What did you do?
With my daughter, it's because my youngest is 11, so she's not ready for that quite yet. But with my oldest daughter, a lot of it was, believe it or not, what she saw that she did not want from me. What she saw men do to me, that and mainly her father. That she did not want for herself.
Right.
And so let's talk. Let's get into it. Let's what's your mental health? What does it look like? What do you like? Are you having sex? Are you not? We got to get all in there.
We have, and that's what we wanted from our mothers too, right?
But it was closed.
It was closed.
You couldn't.
What are you asking all them questions?
But you know what? To me, meeting your child where they're at. You never. My daughter told me, and it was probably enough. She said, "Mom, I am not you. You cannot expect you in me. We are not the same people."
So how did that make you feel? Because my daughter's told me that before, and I was just like, but I want to make you be like me.
Well, with me, I wanted her to have certain things I had.
Right. Yeah, certain things.
But I was like, I'm your mom. I'm supposed to be overprotective. I'm supposed to make sure you're kind of doing what I'm doing because I'm changing. But she's in a whole nother century, generation. Sorry. She's in a different generation.
Right.
She wants different. She sees different. And everybody is created different.
Yes.
We may have similarities, but we're not alike. And so I had to learn to meet her. In order for me to get in, you got to meet them where they are. You can't expect nothing more, nothing less.
There you go.
And that's how that works.
Okay. Yes. I love it. This part, it says, take your time. This is your journey and no one else's. Kind of like what we're saying about our daughters. It took some time, but my daughter and I have an open relationship. And that's amazing.
Yes, we do.
That's amazing. So chapter 4 talks about the addiction. I've worked with women years and years. I did housing for women in recovery from drugs and alcohol. So recovery is my passion. I love women. It seems I always connect with women that may have struggled with addiction. But tell me, your first sentence in chapter 4, which is titled "The Addiction," it says, "I like you better when you're sober." Who said that?
My daughter. My daughter said that. She asked if she could write a poem in my book, and I said yes. And I did not know that when I was going through, because she was probably about 3 or 4, and it was pretty bad. It was a sad drunk. I would drink and just be sad all the time. But I did not know that how she felt, I felt about my father. So you're going to see in the book where she writes this poem and she's telling me
it is. Y'all got to get this book.
It's very heartfelt. And she's
Yes.
like, I used to hide your keys because I was afraid you'd get in your car and die. So something that I've had happen is she's very overprotective of me. I can't be gone too many hours. She cannot not hear from me. And if I'm out, it's like she turns into
To
the
the
mother.
mother. Yes, yes.
And I don't want her to worry. So I have to tell her, and I know it takes time because she experienced this for years. But I'm like, baby, God got me.
Right.
I'm okay. I don't need you to worry.
Mm-hmm.
God's got me.
Yeah.
He's gonna take care of me, and he knows what's going on, and I trust him. I have faith, and I'm doing my best to be obedient.
Right.
And I'm doing my best not to drink like that because I don't like it.
Right. You don't. Right.
So yeah, so the book goes on to even express me and my dad's conversation of his addiction and the things that I said to him, literally crying and begging him to get off drugs because I'm his only child. So the burden was on me and the burden was on my daughter because at the time she was the only child. So it was like, oh wow, the same thing I did with my father, now my daughter has to do with me.
With you. Yeah.
This is not okay. This is not okay.
So when did you realize that? When did you say, wait a minute? I remember the way that I feel, or even to ask yourself, is my daughter feeling the way that I felt with my dad?
I never asked myself.
You never asked yourself that?
Because I thought, well, I'm at home, I'm raising her, I'm feeding her, I'm clothing her, I'm sheltering her, I'm loving her. I just have an addiction. My father was not there. He was absent. The addiction or the drug had his full attention, so he wasn't in my life consistently. But being that I'm in her life every day, I never thought to ask, are you okay? How do you feel? Selfish. Very good question.
Yeah, I like what you put here. You said I felt sorry for myself, and I wanted it all to go away. How my mom was, why my dad wasn't there, the things my grandmother said, it all stuck with me. Constantly playing in my head repeatedly. Please leave me alone.
Yep.
Yeah. Been
So
there.
that, when I was younger, I didn't know why my parents had me. After a while, I was like, why did you guys have me? Why didn't y'all abort me? I'm not getting the love. My dad's not there. I'm evidently not the child y'all want. Why did y'all have me? God, why am I even here? Take me. Why am I here? And I'll say, because some of you guys may ask, what did he say? Miss Claire, I'm looking for you.
Miss Claire is on. Yeah. Miss Claire is an amazing chick. She's an evangelist in
Awesome,
she's awesome. Yeah.
But Miss Clara, it wasn't until last year I started reading my Bible. And in Genesis, he said, I created you. I created you. I knew who you were before you were even in your mother's womb.
Yes.
I knew. I called you. I have a purpose for you. I have a plan for you. And when I read that, it was like a light. I am loved. He's my father. That's who my father is.
And we miss that. And that's when we get in this whirlwind, like,
we become of the world. We become of the world. We're not looking at what it really is. And when I read that, I cried and I said, wow, that is why I'm here. It's because of you.
Because of you, yeah. And when we miss that, we're kind of like a dog chasing our tail. And like you said, till we have that moment. And what scripture was that again?
It's actually in Genesis.
In Genesis, okay.
It's in the book of Genesis.
Okay.
And he's talking about, I believe it's in the area, maybe after Adam and Eve, and it may be before. Don't quote me.
Okay.
Because I read, but I don't have the
Yes.
exact scripture.
Yeah,
So
y'all can look it up. Y'all look it up.
forgive me,
Right.
but yes, it is in Genesis.
Okay.
And it's just the creation part of
Okay.
everything,
Okay.
and how he wove us.
Okay. Yeah.
So he knew I was coming when my mom and dad
Didn't even know. Yeah, exactly.
so,
And so he knew that you would suffer with the addiction part of the journey. Yeah, knew all that. And so, okay,
no, you good.
The good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 5, guys, is the good guy. Who is this?
It was a guy that I dated
Okay.
in high school. May he rest in peace. He died 2 years ago. Somebody very near and dear to me, still after dating him, showed me what it looked like to have somebody different than what I was used to. That went to high school, that went to school, that wasn't a dropout, that didn't do drugs, that had his parents, that was the basketball star, that loved me beyond what I even knew. I thought, if you don't have sex with me, you don't love me.
Yeah.
So amazing guy. May he rest in peace. Yep.
All right. So it is scary when we get those good guys and we're like, oh, wait a minute, what do I do with this? What do I do? Yeah, because I'm truly grateful for my husband of 31 years.
Yes.
But in the beginning, I was like, no, I don't deserve this.
Yes.
This not gonna work.
It's not.
You wanna talk to
It's not
me?
gonna
You
work.
want
I had to.
yeah.
I mean, we had the love letters going in high school. I was like, how does this work? I used to write something down. Now I'm like,
Which is a jail letters, not love letters. Yeah,
How
it's
this
something.
work?
Yeah. That's something. That's good because we did their okay, sir. So did their fathers tell them what to look for, or maybe a brother? Let me start first. I often wondered, what do other women believe a good guy is? Did they write it down, or a list of what they thought, or did they follow? And that's what we do. How do we know what a good guy is, especially when we're broken? Because, like you said, we want that. That broken. We broken, so we want that broken person.
And this chapter actually, now I'm telling you the good guy, and that's also in the beginning of the book when I talk about my high school years.
Okay.
So he is the good guy. But this chapter, I'm sorry, talks about how do you know? How do you know when it's? Do you ever what does a good guy look like?
Okay.
I don't know what that looks like. So that's when I interviewed.
Okay, the other young lady. Okay.
And she was saying how she did not we don't have standards. And how do you know when it's a good guy when your father is not present and no one is in your life showing you what a good guy looks like? How do you find that out?
One of the things that happened, I interviewed my son, and my son was saying the same things like, Mom, women don't know how to be good women. And so I posed a question even on social media. I said, do we teach our daughters?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. And usually when I post something, I kind of get a lot of their feedback. I got feedback about women raising boys, got a lot, but I didn't get a lot of feedback about, do we teach our daughters to look for those good guys and to be able to say, this is a good guy and you want to marry and be this guy.
And I think this is just how broken we are.
Exactly.
In the world.
And exactly.
Because a lot of us can't even begin to tell you what it looks like.
I like what you said. I dated based on what felt good.
Yep. If it felt good, and it was usually those 3 words, I love you.
Because that's what we were longing for.
Yeah. Or the smile. But it was really, if you told me you love me, that was the best feeling. I don't care what you do.
I know that's right. Yeah. As long as you love me, you can do whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's too cool. I don't know what's going on with our Facebook, but that's all right. We're still on YouTube, and
You probably
we're
could
just
hit finish and maybe restart it
let's see.
because it's trying to
It's
reconnect.
trying to reconnect. So should we?
Okay.
Okay. I want to
You
connect.
can just post for 30 days.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Yeah. And then you can go back and go live again.
Okay.
So
So
there's your live button.
okay.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know what happened, but you know what? The devil is a lie. Because somebody was hearing this and was saying, I'm not alone. I can do this. So go back and watch the replay. If you're starting out, just go. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Still worth
It's worth it. Yes. Oh, I like this. It says, when I finally realized who I was and whose I was, there was no turning back.
That's
You
right.
see why I got yep. No turning back. And when we get that, it's like, yes.
I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
All right now. I hear you.
I'm created by the one and only King.
All right.
You have to keep that crown on, and you have to have those people around you who are going to fill your cup, who are going to be there, and not just to tell you the good or what you've done, what you're good at, but what you did work with. What I see that could be better. Not just, I don't need a yes friend.
Yes.
I need a friend that's going
with some accountability. Hold me accountable. Yeah, I hear you. Hold me accountable. You wrong.
Yes.
You wrong. I hear you. Know your worth. Now, this is like a poem, okay? So I'm telling you guys, the poem that our daughter did, and then this one, Know Your Worth. Y'all check it out. Check it out. So chapter 6, overcoming temptation. Woo! How we do it? You say temptation is one of the hardest internal battles we face.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Because we know, like you said, first of all, we know. And then we know that, like when you talk about in the other chapter, that it feels good.
Yeah.
So when we go, yeah, I know I shouldn't do this, but boy, yeah.
That's in the flesh. You're in the flesh. The flesh weak.
So what do you do?
What I do now?
What do you do now when that temptation come up?
When the temptation comes up, and it has, let me tell you what I've been doing.
Yeah.
When it comes to alcohol, because something my doctor told me that I didn't even look at that's true, is she said the addiction never leaves. You have to learn how to deal with it. So slowly it started breaking off. And I have to go to God, and I've had to pray. I've cried, like, take this away from me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in this place. And it's like, do you hear me? Hello. And then I started saying, deliver me every day. And slowly but surely, I am seeing Him at work. But when you tempted, I really learned when I read in the Bible about God being tempted. When He went to the wilderness and was tempted 40 days, 40 nights, and was tempted. And it is a relief to know that He forgives.
Oh, yes.
And He died for our sins. But I don't want to intentionally do it because I know that. It's not good for you. And you have to figure out ways, whether it's removing friends, I can't go to the club. I just can't go.
I just can't do it.
I can't go to so-and-so house because they drink all the time. This friend is not, you know what? You start removing people. And when you ask Him, remove those people and those things from my life that don't look like you or that you don't want, be careful. Because in 5 seconds, you'll be like,
hey, where's so-and-so?
So it's the company you keep. You have to start looking at, because temptation ain't just you by yourself. You're not doing it most of the time by yourself. It's either others involved, or it's the situation. Where are you at? So I stopped clubbing. I went to lounges. And that's like, well, it's too much. But the more you take the first step and show the initiative, God don't take that step. So I
Okay.
just have to,
Okay.
he says, lean not on your own
On your own. Yep.
understanding.
Yep. Yep.
You can't, you got to go to prayer. Now, if you mess up, you got to pray and ask God to forgive you and repent. But try.
Try.
As
Yeah.
long as he see you try, he gonna go a whole
Mhm.
100 for
Whole
you
100.
every time.
I had this mark. He is always working on our behalf.
Yes, he is.
And I said, thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So for those who are struggling with addictions or whatever it is, the situation, know that God is gonna meet you where you're at.
Mhm.
Know that he doesn't care what it looks like.
Yeah.
He doesn't care what you're going through because you're his child.
Yeah.
He don't care.
Yeah.
He wants you.
Mhm.
He wants you. He is close to
Exactly.
the brokenhearted.
Yes. Yes. He
He
is.
said,
Yes.
when you are weak, I
I
am
am.
made
Yes.
strong. He
Yes.
wants
Yes.
to be the strong one. He don't want you to be strong all the
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
I'm weak, Lord.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I
Because
can't
we
stop
get
having
tired.
sex. Yeah, we get
Yeah. It's like, I'm a woman. I'm young. I just can't stop.
yeah, he look good to me.
Yeah.
I'm in the flesh. The Lord help me.
Smell good. I'm like,
Look at them shoes and teeth look good.
Yes.
His hair. You
Yes.
can't. Sometimes you can't, but lean on God.
Yeah. Lean on.
He
Yes.
don't
Yes.
mean he mad. Because
Right.
I used to think if I wasn't this perfect person, then he was mad. He would have helped me. He would have blessed me because I ain't what he needs me.
What he needs, yeah.
What it's supposed to look like, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the total opposite of the God we serve.
Right.
That's why
Exactly.
you got to know him for yourself. That's why you got to read your Bible and you got to understand the type of God we serve. Because sometimes you can get in a situation where you're hearing these same things, whether it's from a church, whether it's in a study, and if you ain't reading it, you may misinterpret
Exactly.
what is meant. And a lot of things that I did not know about God, I never was taught, and I went to church all my life, but I never knew those things because I never got into.
Yeah.
You got to get in that
For yourself. Yeah. And I don't know what's going on with our Facebook. It is what it is, but you can hop on over to the YouTube channel, Talking with Tabitha, TWT, and join us there. I don't know, but you know what? I do know what it is, but that's all right. That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Chapter 7, it's broken.
Oh, yes. We breaking them generational. We breaking them.
What does that break every time? Yeah.
Stronghold.
Yes.
And still to this day, for my family, I pray that God break stronghold, break generational patterns, break all wicked spirits and all. Cast all that out.
Cast it out. Yeah.
Because maybe they ain't strong enough. So you got to be strong for them. That's what I'm learning.
Yes.
Because I'm like, y'all ain't never there for me. Ain't nobody been there for me. But that's not of God.
That's not of God. Yeah.
And that's not who you probably really are. But you're hurt. But you're hurting.
And
it's okay.
It's okay. Yes.
But just as much as you want to somebody and God to pray you through it and get you through it, He's going to expect the same from you.
Same thing from you. Yep.
And that's what I'm learning. So we breaking stuff.
Yeah. I like what he says. Up to you to make the decision to learn from your past and apply it in the present. And then he says God is going to use those broken pieces to make the version of you.
Yep. He takes all that
and say, okay, here you go.
Here's your masterpiece.
This is who, you are a masterpiece. Yeah. This is who
and even when it doesn't look like you're getting anywhere, or doesn't look like it's being fixed, or it doesn't look like God is hearing you. He never sleeps, he never slumbers, he never stops for us.
Yep.
All these people in the world, and when you call, he hears your very voice.
All right.
Know exactly
who you are.
Yep.
Yeah, because you say you must continue to pray, read your word, stand firm on it, trust God, and have faith. Then watch what he does in your life.
That's it, baby.
All right. Chapter 8, again, talks about a personal relationship with God. We have to. I always tell people, like you said earlier, we meet people where they are. Yep. And we encourage them to develop that personal relationship.
Exactly.
So yes.
And it doesn't matter where you're at.
Right.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
My whole thing was, I'm sitting here like, oh, he's mad at me. Oh, he's not going to bless me because I'm not this person. And it's no.
Yeah.
He knew that.
He knew that. He
don't like
exactly. Yeah.
So he's just waiting on. He's waiting.
He's waiting.
Yep.
Waiting on you. Yeah. God's timing.
Perfect.
God's timing. That's chapter 9, God's timing. It seems like the people who do wrong get everything they want. I think we all feel that way. Like, now here I am trying to do the right thing.
But you know what Jamie Foxx said? And if you guys have not seen his special, please watch it. It's amazing. And he was so right when he said, he was asking God, look at these people. Like, look at these people. And he said, those people are not mine, but you're mine. See, the devil blessed him.
He got his people.
God doesn't operate out time. He steps in time, which is something I learned new. Steps in time. He steps in time with us. He's eternity. He steps in time for us and steps right back out into eternity. It's eternity with him. It'll never be a time thing.
Right.
And he knows when it's time. He don't want to give you anything that you're going to fumble.
I know that's
He wants you to hold on to it and give him the glory. So if you can't do what he asked you, you're not going to get that.
You're not going to get that. Yeah.
So you get that.
Yeah. And I want to say this, and I'm going to make this comment, and then we're going to tell you what chapter 10 is. And then if you have any questions, like I say, I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I really don't know. But if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, and then we can get Angel to go back and read the questions, or like I say, jump on YouTube, and we can. Let me make sure we don't have any YouTube. Okay, we don't have any questions on YouTube. But again, I don't know what's going on with Facebook, and you know what? I'm not going to worry about that, because whoever needs to hear it, whatever was they gonna get it. They gonna get it. So so it says, I would sometimes bend, but I would never fall. I just needed to follow his instructions and lean not to my own understanding. What you said earlier. That's good. I'm telling you, Chapter 10 is mindfulness.
And that's a big deal.
The mind. Oh, yeah.
When you are operating in a certain mindset for years, how do you break that?
How do you break it?
How do you break that?
It's tough.
You have to rewire. You literally have been operating on this same channel for years. Now you have to rewire.
Now you have to just everything. And that's scary.
It is.
And it can be painful.
It can.
I always share when I did some shadow work, and I was like, oh my goodness, that was probably the most toughest thing for me, because I had to look at it. I had to look at it. I had to look. That's my shadow. That's not my mother's, not my dad's. That's my shadow. So
you got to rewire.
Yes.
It's a journey, and I don't think personally you're not rushing to get to an end point. You evolve every day. Even the journey with God is into eternity. It ain't a race, it's a marathon. We're not in a race. We are taking our time so that we understand, because you don't want to miss anything he has for you.
Exactly.
So you want to be in the right mindset, and it takes work. You got to be willing to work.
Yes. And I'm gonna read this one, and then I want you to just close us out, however you want to do it. But it says, next time you take a step towards your goal or make any improvements, stop and pat yourself on the back.
Never did that.
That's what I'm gonna say. I don't even know.
My life coach asked me. I had a life coach. Amazing. And he would say, what did you do good this week? Let's talk about your achievements or goals, or did you improve on anything? And I say, oh, I did this. And he said, can I ask you something? I said, yes. He said, did you stop and pat yourself on the back? I said, no. He said, why? So he would say, if you don't mind, we're going to stop right now. And we're going to
congratulate you. Yes.
Because even the small victories matter.
Oh, yes.
It's not always what everybody else sees and the big. It's the small victories.
Yes.
And until you can handle the small, he's not going to bless you with the big one.
There you go.
So
Yes.
Make sure you're patting yourself on the back. And with the small as well as the
As a
big.
big,
That's
yeah.
important.
And we don't do that
Mm-mm.
because we're not taught to.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
But I am just so grateful. I keep saying this is gonna be my last one, but it's just so good. It's so good to you. Now I surround myself with positive things and people. I try to enjoy life differently. I'm praying, seeking God, and allowing Him to do His best work on me.
Yep. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And that's every day.
Every
That
day.
is every day. Still to this day, I am reading more. I'm understanding the word more. I want to be a disciple for God. I want to give Him the glory. I want to bring people to Christ.
All right.
And that's my mission.
Well, I tell you one thing. With this book, you are definitely gonna do those things because
Thank you.
I'm just like I'm telling you, I've read it over and over, and not just for question, but I'm just
Yes.
she gonna look at my book and see
I
I'm not
see
playing.
Yep.
I'm not playing. I'm saying where I can relate.
Yep.
But I just want to thank you so much for coming
Yes.
and sharing your story. And again, guys, get the book. Get the book. Go to Amazon
Absolutely.
and get a copy of this book. And you know what? When you get a copy for somebody else.
Yes.
I got an extra copy for somebody, and I send it out to them. I don't know if they got it yet, but
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
But get you a copy, get somebody else a copy.
Yes.
So thank you again so much. So what's your word? And again, if Facebook is tripping, y'all come on to the YouTube channel. So I want you to give just words of wisdom, just words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Keep God first in and I mean everything you do. Pray. Prayer is powerful. Try to be obedient. Listen to His instructions. He will not lead you wrong. He has all these different blessings waiting on us. And He has all these promises in the Bible that He's made for us. We already know that He's going to deliver. He does not go back on His promises, okay?
Yes.
He has a purpose for your life. If you're still here, He's not finished with you yet. He has a purpose for your life, and He needs you, and the world needs you. So seek Him so that He can, or seek Him and align your thoughts and plans with God's for your life, so that you can see the doors that He has ready to open for you.
Yes.
Because He will not fail you, and you will be blessed beyond what you could even think or ask for.
Yes, I definitely believe. Thank you so much.
God bless you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
This is super exciting. My first podcast in person. It's the best person ever to do it with.
I was like, I was like all my people to come in. I'm like, yes. But get your book. Get your book. And I'm not sure who popped on first when I first came on, but I'm gonna go back and look. And if you popped on first and you haven't gotten a copy, I got you.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
I got you.
yes.
I got you. Because I want everybody to have a copy of this.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
You can follow me on Facebook at Angel Gaddis. I do a lot of motivational speaking, words of wisdom, Instagram, Here on Purpose. Follow me on there. I do the same thing as well. TikTok, Angel Gaddis. You will find me there. And if you have questions, you can DM me at any time. I'm here for you to support you, love on you, encourage you, and do whatever it takes to get you to the next level.
Yes. And she mean that too.
I do.
I told y'all in the beginning, she's so humble, just so humble. But thank you all so much for joining in with Talking with Tabitha, and we will see you guys next time. Remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
Yes.
We will have a young lady on that will be doing genealogy on January 31st, and then we will have a young lady on that's a grief counselor, certified grief person that will be on. Yes. So we're because all this is about healing, and even grief isn't always just death.
Yes.
When we say to ourselves, "I can't live like this anymore," We have to grieve that. I know I do.
It's more than death. You are so
Exactly.
right.
Yes.
We grieve so many different
So
things that we
many
have no
different things.
idea.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
Absolutely.
Yes. So, all righty then, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you,
Now I just gotta figure out how to get out.
In street.
Okay, where we going? Yeah, straight. See that? And then she's smart, pretty, smart. Young bucks. See, they got these little young minds. All right, and her babies, I want to tell them thank you all so much. Thank you,
love
thank
my
you, thank
babies.
you. Yes. And they are the cutest thing. All right, y'all. Have a good one.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, that was great. You know what I need us to do?